what is more likely, that we get 4 quarterbacks in the top 10, or Hendon Hooker isn't the last quarterback taken in the first round? What do you got for me?
I say it's more likely Hendon Hooker not being the last quarterback taken in the first round. The reason why I say that is because we do this, and we do this every year. We talk about the quarterbacks, and we have this fascination on the quarterbacks because, Rich, on our side, quarterbacks sell. It makes everyone click in and tune in. But when you really grade these quarterbacks, I can't confidently say that these quarterbacks are top 10 talents. I would say Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, in whatever order you want to put them on, they are. But Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, that is a little too rich for me. And I think a lot of people don't view them as that. But it only takes one team to fall in love with you. And so that's why they are in that conversation. Hendon Hooker, though, when you compare Hendon Hooker to Will Levis and Anthony Richardson,
yes,
they played in the same conference against the same competition. Hendon Hooker's numbers, they overwhelm Will Levis's numbers, and they definitely overwhelm Anthony Richardson's numbers against the same competition. At some point, it's about how well the player plays. Hendon Hooker outplayed both of those guys, which is why he is going to get more love than some people think. If not for the ACL injury, he would have a legitimate shot to be in that conversation.
Well, let's wave a wand for him and say he didn't blow out his knee. Where does he go before Stroud, do you think, in this draft?
No, I don't think he goes before Stroud, but to me, he's QB3 regardless.
Okay.
Injury or no injury, he is a better player than Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. Yeah, they may have more upside in tools, but in terms of how the game is played, Hendon Hooker outplays those guys by leaps and bounds. And so if you're asking me who should be the third quarterback to come off the board, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Hendon Hooker should be the third guy that we talk about. He is by far a better player than those other two guys. I would cast my lot with him over Will Levis or Anthony Richardson.
All right, so then let me ask you this last one then. We just mentioned those 5 guys at the quarterback, obviously Young and Stroud, and you think Hendon Hooker's 3, and then Will Levis, is he 4 and Richardson 5 in your books, or the other way around on that?
If I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson and Will Levis, I'm a bank on Anthony Richardson because he's a more explosive and more dynamic athlete.
Okay.
So if I had to rank him 1 to 5, like Young, Stroud, Hooker, Anthony Richardson, then Will Levis. Now, when they come off the board like that, we got to tune in on Thursday to see how that works out.
Okay, and of those 5, give me the number, 1, 2, or 3. How many of the quarterbacks are left on the board when Bijan Robinson goes? What do you think?
Holy smoke.
What do you think? What do you think?
Man.
Give me a number. We won't hold you to it. We're not holding you to it. What do you think?
I would say 2 of those guys will still be on the board when Bijan Robinson goes off.
Mm-hmm. And your best guess who snags him? Philly at 10? Would they do something like that? What do you think?
How he wouldn't do it. If he wants to make their team unstoppable on a video game, he would do it. Because if you play Madden with Bijan Robinson behind Jalen Hurts, you couldn't stop him. I think keep an eye on the New England Patriots at 14. I think that's where it could start for him.
Okay.
The Chargers at 21. The Cowboys certainly could be in play in 26. But outside of the top 10, I'm thinking the Patriots would be a nice spot for him to kind of do some of that Corey Dillon stuff for them.
All right. And then in your evaluation of Will Levis, is it a red flag that he eats bananas with the peel on?
I can't take a guy seriously that's eating bananas whole, get a brown. Between that and look, it's one thing for you to have a stick, but it's another thing to have that and the mayonnaise and the coffee and all the other stuff. You can't have too many things. You got to be the master of one. And so it's just a little too much for me as a franchise quarterback. As I'm saying that, as Red Lewis walked in here with a whole banana.
That's a red flag, Bucky. I got to be honest. That's a red flag. If I'm pounding a table for someone's pounding the table for Will Levis, I'd have to say, but yeah, what about? And then all those things that you just mentioned. They're red flags for me. They are.
It's just a little too much. It's a little too much. A whole brown banana. That's extra for me. That's almost like one of those weird acts at the circus or at the state fair. Hey, come see the guy eat the whole banana that's brown. That's Will Levis.
It's like The Greatest Showman meets the NFL Draft. I agree. I totally agree with you. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.